Welcome to the AESL podcast, the podcast made just for you, the American English learner. Whether you're a beginner finding your voice or an advanced learner polishing your skills, this is your space to listen, learn, and grow. Each episode, we explore the sounds, words, grammar, culture, and conversations that make American English come alive so you can speak with confidence in school, at work, and in everyday life. Together, we're going to make American English feel natural, clear, and within your reach. So grab your notebook, open your ears, and get ready to level up your English. This is the AESL podcast. Let's learn together. Scaffolding, building bridges to fluency. Key vocabulary. Scaffolding. Temporary instructional support provided to help a learner accomplish a task they could not complete independently, gradually removed as competence grows. The teacher provided scaffolding by giving students a word bank before asking them to write their first paragraph. Zone of Proximal Development, ZPD. Vygotsky's concept describing the gap between what a learner can do alone and what they can do with expert guidance. Effective teachers identify each student's CPD and design activities that stretch but do not overwhelm their current abilities. Modeling. The instructional practice of demonstrating a skill, process, or product so learners can observe before attempting it themselves. Before asking students to conduct a job interview role play, the teacher provided modeling by acting out the scenario with a volunteer. Graphic organizer. A visual framework that helps learners organize and display information, aiding comprehension and writing. A Venn diagram is a type of graphic organizer that helps students compare and contrast two ideas using overlapping circles. Sentence frames. Partial sentences provided to learners as language support tools that they complete with their own content. The sentence frame I believe underscore 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 because underscore 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 helped emerging writers express opinions in complete, structured sentences. Feature article. The concept of scaffolding, drawn from the developmental psychology of Lev Vygotsky and elaborated by educational researchers Wood, Brunner, and Ross in the 1970s, has become one of the most widely applied principles in language education. The metaphor is precise and instructive. Just as construction workers use temporary scaffolding to support a building as it takes shape, then remove it once the structure can stand on its own, teachers provide temporary supports that help learners accomplish tasks beyond their current independent capability, gradually withdrawing those supports as competence develops. Vygotsky's concept of the zone of proximal development, ZPD, provides the theoretical foundation for scaffolding. The ZPD is the cognitive space between what a learner can do without assistance and what they can do with the help of a more knowledgeable partner. Effective teaching, Vygotsky argued, targets this zone, not what students already know, but what they are ready to learn next with appropriate support. In the ESL classroom, scaffolding takes many forms. Linguistic scaffolds include sentence frames, word banks, vocabulary lists, and simplified model texts that reduce the language demands of a task without eliminating its cognitive challenge. Visual scaffolds, pictures, diagrams, graphic organizers, and concept maps provide non-linguistic support that makes abstract content concrete and accessible. Procedural scaffolds break complex tasks into smaller, manageable steps, guiding learners through processes like essay writing or job application completion one stage at a time. Interaction is perhaps the most powerful scaffold of all. When teachers and more proficient peers engage in extended dialogue with learners, negotiating meaning, asking genuine questions, and expanding on learner contributions, they provide the kind of contingent, responsive support that drives language development most efficiently. This is why cooperative learning structures, paired activities, and language experience approaches are so effective in ESL settings. They create frequent, authentic opportunities for scaffold interaction. The art of scaffolding lies in knowing when to provide support and, equally importantly, when to withdraw it. Over-scaffolding can create dependency and prevent learners from developing independence. Under-scaffolding leads to frustration and disengagement. Skilled teachers continuously monitor learner progress and adjust their scaffolding accordingly, always aiming to make themselves, as the saying goes, progressively unnecessary. 5 practical tips. 1. Use I do, we do, you do lesson structures, model the skill explicitly, practice it together as a class, then release students to attempt it independently with decreasing support. 2. Provide sentence frames for every writing and speaking task at the beginning and intermediate levels, but make it a goal to help students move beyond them as quickly as their growth allows. 3. Layer graphic organizers into reading lessons. A simple web, T-chart, or sequence diagram can transform a confusing text into a comprehensible one. 4. Think aloud during modeling. Verbalize your reasoning process so students can hear not just what fluent speakers say, but how they think through language tasks. 5. Build in fading, a deliberate plan for gradually reducing scaffolds over a unit or semester, so that each removed support becomes a celebration of student growth. And that's a wrap on today's episode of the AESL podcast. Thank you for spending time with us today. Every minute you listen, every word you learn, and every sentence you practice brings you one step closer to your American English goals. If today's episode helped you, please share it with a friend, a classmate, or anyone who is on their English learning journey, because learning is always better together. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new episode, and leave us a review. We love hearing from our listeners around the world. Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and remember, fluency is not a destination. It's a journey, and you are already on your way. Until next time, this is the AESL podcast. Keep listening, keep learning, and keep growing.